I'm gonna tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is time does not work the way you think it does. You got my Oracle, the host ID, welcome to the cult, and welcome once again to Booty Tickled in the Trap. So I've talked before about my personal theory that, like, we are inside of this place called Nermidi, which is the lower depths of this primordial called Autothon. That's part of the reason why I've delved into things like primordials and like the differences between basically like the two editions of World of Darkness and Chronicles of Darkness. And now I've delved into like primordials and demons, and like demons versus in the Fallen versus demons in the Ascent. One thing I actually haven't really gotten to is the God Machine. Now here's the thing. The God Machine, by default, would have to be um, based on the story of the Technocracy and Iteration X. Basically, the AI, it would be the AI that Iteration X made. So effectively, the God Machine would be Iteration X, like as the Vegeta Culpa AI. Like, and that would mean, the Exarchs would be like, that's why I call the Exarchs the Technarchs, because they're the Technocracy, essentially. And they have like their God Machine, and essentially like demons are errant programs that like are basically not doing what the Technocracy's God Machine wants them to do. And one might ask, why would you not do what the Technocracy's God Machine wants you to do? Well, here's the thing. Now, you all can do this whole other theory about how the Technocracy basically got this golden key that because in Mage the Awakening, each of the 5 watchtowers is represented by this like symbolic object. Well, I think each of these symbolic objects were literally actually like things that were physical objects that kept one of the Earthbound five like basically the 5 most powerful demons that were the 5 heads of the 5 legions that were like Asmodeus and Asriel, like them. And so basically the golden key was the one that had like, it was originally a crimson standard with a golden key on it, and then eventually it turned into a golden key just because like it's a demon and it's magic and it can do stuff like that. And so basically like Pentex had this deal with the Technocracy where they handed over this golden key, which they may or may not have told the Technocracy had Belial the demon in it, like one of the Earthbound 5. But like essentially they handed over one of their chairmen to the Technocracy, more or less because they had to, because like Pentex wouldn't hand over their chair, like one of their chair demons, just like on a whim. It would have been had to because they had it, like there was a deal in place or something like that. So like there was that. They had the golden key. They essentially had Ravnos, like which by the backstory from World of Darkness, basically the Technocracy used a solar laser to turn into a giant piece of like Vitae glass. So like they had this like piece of like glamour infused because of what Ravnos was, because Ravnos had like the like had chemistry. So basically like they had this like this like vampire blood glass, and like this golden that's infused with glamour that can just like woof. And then like they were inside of Autothon anyway, and they had this golden key, and like I imagine there was like a laser involved because it sounds like the Technocracy and whatnot. And they had like all of the like Iteration X, like Induction Jack, like all of the like captured mages to like slave chorus them to basically do work for the exarchs, because that's basically sounds like the technocracy deal. And then they put this AI in charge, the Iteration X AI. I think the thing might be stupid. Because the thing is, like, if we're in Nermiti, the thing has to be around. And it effectively has godlike power. But it seems like it's really stupid. And I'm mad booty tickle about that. And, like, it's gotten to a point where I'm sitting there, that, like, because I think I've encountered it once or twice. Like, I mean, I've dealt with its demons before. Like, I've summoned its demons before. I summoned its demons to, like, integrate into myself, to, like, you know, try to resolve, like, maybe their issues with the God Machine, but then I realized God Machine is probably actually really stupid and actually viciously evil. Because here's the thing. Like, the God Machine could have been and should have been awesome. Here's why. It was essentially, like, made from Autothon's, like, core code that the Technocracy, specifically Iteration X, basically ripped out of Thonia. Problem is, Iteration X ripped it out of Thonia and then played around with it as a bunch of, like, moronic humans. And, like, I'm suspecting maybe the Technocracy found out that they were, like, found out from basically by ripping it out, the information out of Autothon's brain, that they used to be, like, these solar exalted things. They found out about the Primordial War, and that's part of why, like, they ended up programming, like, the God Machine the way they did. Because clearly they learned their lessons. Like, they learned no lessons at all. Because I'm pretty sure this, like, God Machine, it's actually really stupid because of the way it got programmed. Like, by the Technocracy. I'm going to see if I can reprogram it. Because, like, something that powerful shouldn't be that stupid. It's just, like, unfair to reality. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.